Hello, children. How are we doing? Welcome to Poke Tracks this Sunday, June 8th. And we're going to talk about our pickups and pulls this week. My pickup and pulls this week for the Poke Tracks. All right, we got some big ones still basking in the thrill that is Destined Rivals. And I had said before I'd bought like 8 boxes or 7 boxes, and I have a sealed case, but I've opened. And 2 of those boxes I bought on Nostalgia Nomics the first night they did it. And I hit within that first box, like the third pack on the channel, I hit the Team Rocket's Mewtwo. And then we went a week, I opened some other stuff, got some great hits, Cynthia's Garchomps and all that. But then on last, I don't know, Monday night, I made a lot of money at work that day, and I bought another 39 packs, and it was good to me again. So in that, I hit, there it is, SAR Team Moltres. Some people, that's their chase card. When you see it up front, like the picture there is a little bit, I don't know, washed out or whatever. My editing, I'll work on that. But it is an awesome card, textured and everything. What I love about a lot of the big cards is like this cityscape, and you have it in different ones. The Moltres, you kind of looks like looking over the city. But then this Murkrow, I really like this Team Rocket's Murkrow because it looks like, to me, I know they're out on a balcony and I don't know, talking or whatever to a bird, but I think that it looks like an old fashioned, like kind of Johnny Carson late night talk show, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, that sort of thing. I think that's a beautiful card. The colors are really nice. Just great art, even though, Murkrow, hate catching them on Pokemon Go, and not a huge character, but, great. But the Moltres is so awesome, that SAR. So basically, the only SARs I haven't hit are the Ethan Toho and the Nidoking. Gotten pretty lucky. Also, this is more of a card that my son likes, the Eradicate. I don't love it that much, but it does look better when you see it in person. You kind of got a lot going on, and it's all right. The art's pretty good. Then also we hit the gold full art Mewtwo, the hyper rare. I have basically all the Mewtwo's so far, the EXs, the Team Rockets Mewtwo, and the regular full arts. Right there, you got Ethan's Ho-Oh. I've hit that a couple times, right? But that was pulled. We'll get to the King Gambit in a bit. But down below, we got the Magikarp. And I finally got that card. I traded for it. I think that was Monday during the day. Found somebody. And what did I trade? I traded a Cynthia's Garchomp, the Team Rocket Cynthia's Garchomp, 1-for-1 for the Magikarp. And again, when you see that in person, it's so beautiful. The waterfalls, the blue, the black, and the way that the Magikarp pops off the card and the texture, it's just so nice. And I think Shinji Kanda, I think he's my favorite artist of the Pokemon cards. And you can see I got the Magneton later in the week to match with it. Again, because that's the artist. And I am, last week I got the Roaring Moon, which is another great card from Prismatic. And so I have all the basics, and now really all I need is the Lost Origin Giratina. I need to save up for that. I thought I was going to get it sometime this week, but spent too much money, so we'll have to save up for that one. Then 2 days later, the Greninja. Saw it, someone was offering that on Marketplace, and I had another thing I hit was another Crobat. I had the Team Rocket Crobat doubles, and I hit it a third time. And what's funny about that is it made a little money and the Crobat deal over Messenger, and the guy was going to bring it into my work. and I was at work making money for Pokemon cards in my summer job. And this guy came in who I had happened to trade with on a trade night before the Destined Rival release. And I thought he was just coming into the golf shop. And it turned out that's the guy I had been messaging, and I had no idea. And the funny thing is, he had mentioned over Messenger that he had already had the Crobat because I traded him the Crobat that Thursday before for like the Eradicate for my son. Um, I can't remember, and a couple, like three other cards. Oh, the Misty Psyduck and two other cards from Destined Rival. So we made that trade. So that was really funny, serendipitous, and all that. And so the cards at the end, I had some more. The King Gambit, I just love. I had the other King Gambit, and I think that's great artwork as well. Um, just what I'm really attracted to in Pokemon. Some of you who grew up watching, I was a little older, and I taught school when Pokemon first came out. I mean, I still teach school, but I taught like kindergartners, and Pokemon came out, and so a lot of people have nostalgia for the originals. I just like a lot of the artwork and the big beastie things more often. So on Saturday, I got the King Gambit, and then I got those other two Greninjas at my local TGS. We'll shout them out eventually, but along with the Magneton. So I had they sent a 10% off coupon for their store for just singles. And then I spent some, so I had like 25 Pokeball rewards, which is basically like $25 off. So I got those two Greninjas and the Magneton and the King Gambit and a couple of like Tyrannitars for my son who was going to a birthday party, and his little friend liked Tyranitar, so we got some. He was making a fun pack for the kid, and so got those. It was nice. I like those Greninjas. Like my son, when he was younger, we had a lot of the 3D figures, figurines and stuff like that. So I always liked the Greninja and actually kept that one on my desk. So it's one of my favorite characters. So I'm glad I finally got some of those cards. Pretty exciting for me. And then the last one right there, I got that yesterday. Again, working on the weekend, work at a golf shop just to make money because I had spent so much on Pokemon cards, and I'm a teacher, so I had the summer off, and I got a good summer job, and so make some extra money for that. And so I went down to Starbucks, have my lunch, get a little cup of coffee, and there was a GameStop next door. And so I bought a Destined Rival booster bundle. And wouldn't you know it, the first pack, I got that card that I hadn't hit yet, the Cynthia's Roserade. And as I said before, I kind of like the beastie big characters. But this is a very nice card when you look at the greens, Roserade, Cynthia's costume, and the blue, like, I don't know, like whether it's ice or whatnot in the background or sky. Um, it's a really pretty card. So I was happy to finally hit that. I think what I don't have so far, I need Ethan's Typhlosion, and like I said, the Ethan's Ho-Oh and Ethan's Adventure, the Nidoking, and that's really all kind of for the major cards for Destined Rivals. Got mostly I've been really lucky, although, like, as I said, I was capitalized that for the most, so I've gotten the most of that of any set since I've been collecting. So pretty exciting. Pretty awesome week. We shall see what we get next week. So if you're starting to like this, we're making more videos. Throw it up on Instagram as well. Throw the link on for this YouTube video. But like, comment, maybe even subscribe. Eventually, we'll get into single-digit subscribers. Until then, PokeTracks out.